There we go.
Well, thank you for that introduction. I am just blessed to be in this space. Steve, I absolutely adore you, not just because you live in Centennial, but because you're just a light. And I appreciate you so much. And Minister Amy and everyone else on this call, I'm just really grateful to be in your presence. And I hope that I can continue to do any type of justice in this presentation this evening. I'm going to touch on a lot of different things. I don't mind people interrupting me, asking me questions, or saying, hey, back up, because I don't want to take up too much of your time this evening with the three things that I do want to talk about. I am, I have been a believer in God, I guess, all my life. Lord, I was one of those annoying children that when someone did something, I said, come on, let me lay hands on you. Let me pray for you. You're singing Prince. How dare you? Come on. And so I love being in this space, and I just hope that um, that I can be a vessel for you to do whatever outreach you feel necessary. I put some links in the chat bar before we got started, and you're able to go to those websites and take a look around any way you see fit. I'm obviously Marlo Alston. I just won my reelection for City Council for the great city of Centennial, District 4. I am the political Action Committee Chair for the NAACP, which I also sit on the executive board with the Aurora NAACP. I also served on our national committee as the Political Action Committee Chair and civic engagement. So I have a lot of friends that I love as family in that organization. I
got it on my phone.
Oh, there she goes. So I raised my children in the NAACP, and I like to stamp out any misconceptions about the organization. It is not a Black organization. It is an all-inclusive organization that was started by many different cultures in a church. We are very faith-based. I had council members join me on a couple Zoom meetings for the branch, and they said, I've never been to a meeting where you start out in prayer. And I said, there's very few meetings that I attend that we don't start out in prayer. So it was a very different conversation in just educating why we start out that way, because we know that God is at the head of our lives and we need someone to lead us, and therefore we can be great leaders or hope to be great leaders. With Ready to Work Aurora, I'm the outreach and development manager, and I've been here since May, and I love people, and I'm out in the community doing things like this, and trying to get people to volunteer their time and their resources for an organization that I fully believe in, that has shown to be successful, which Steve has gracefully talked about often, and has been wonderful in bringing you guys to us to just inform you of who we are. So I'm going to
what's that?
I guess to stay on track with what you just did and saying what you're grateful for, what you
So I picked some up on my
what your day was like. Mine has been exhausting for the last 2 to 3 months. And so today I got off work a little early because I was going to be on this call, and I thought I was going to take a nap, but it turned into 5 hours. So I needed that. So I'm not crying, but it's just tears of exhaustion and gratefulness to finally be through this process and trying to get my body back in order. I think I have control of the screen, Amy, I'm sorry.
Is
Minister
that not
Reverend-
working?
No, I just wanted to make sure that I could go ahead and start my share screen. Okay,
Yeah, I set you up as co-host, so you should have no limitations on.
wonderful. So I am going to share my screen with you. And I guess first I'm going to talk about the NAACP. And then I'll move on to the other organizations. If I can make sure I bring everything up here. Wonderful. So everyone should be able to see my NAACP screen.
Mhm.
And just a little bit about the NAACP. I'm not a web designer, but I'm really proud of this. I designed this website. It was my first website that I took on. So again, we all wear so many hats, and this is one of the things that I'm really proud of. And so the NAACP Aurora branch was started 30 years ago by Dr. Barbara Shannon Bannister and her husband, the late Mr. Gordy Bannister. And just so that you can see here our objectives. One that I'm proud of all of our objectives and our vision to ensure political, educational, social, and economic equality of rights of all persons. And so, again, it's not a Black organization, it's an organization for all people. And I often like to emphasize that because in talking about social and racial justice, some people think that because you're seeking justice for Blacks and minorities, or some people say the BIPOC community, that doesn't exclude my white or Latino brothers and sisters or anyone like that. That's including everyone. I quickly wanted to go to the history. This is Dr. Barbara Shannon Bannister. She is, in my opinion, just an amazing woman. She is still very active in the NAACP. And she doesn't chair any committees, but she does sit on our executive board. And if you want to get anything done, reach out to her. You don't need me. She will answer the call. Yes, ma'am, Miss Rita.
I am probably the oldest person in this group. I cannot read the print at all.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that because I can make it bigger. How about
I'm
that?
gonna go get my magnifying glass.
No, I have my glasses right here.
Well, I have my
mine.
glasses on, but that wasn't helping.
Yes. Can you see that a little better?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
No, thank you for speaking up. Like I said, I'm not one to interrupt me. Dr. Barbara Shannon Bannister, she lives in Aurora. She founded the NAACP Aurora branch back in 1991. We just celebrated our 30th year anniversary. We just opened up our first location because we were having our meetings out of churches, which is great because that's where we were founded. But we now have our very own economic development center located in Aurora. And that's where we will be having our meetings post-COVID. So again, we were founded by her and her husband. And we welcome everyone. We do a lot in the community. We have several different committees. And the one that I want to share with you is not my committee, but where in the world? Why is it not letting me? Hold on one moment. I'm gonna have to minimize you so that I can see my bar here. I'm trying to get to our ministerial alliance, but for some reason or another, it's not allowing me to.
Do you want to
Um,
maybe stop sharing, see if that helps, and then reshare your screen? I don't know if that will make any difference.
No, that won't make a difference, but for some reason, it's not allowing me to go to the screen that I want, but I can pull it up. So the point I was making, if you click on any of these committees, it'll give you a little information about that particular committee and who the chair of that committee is. So whatever you're interested in, click on that committee and we can get you information that you need.
Oh, great.
And also, if you click here at the bottom of the page, it will also allow you to go to the national, it should have allowed you to go to the national NAACP page. Are you still able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so that's a quick overview of the NAACP. The chair of our ministerial alliance, our faith alliance with the NAACP is Dr. Mays, and he is an amazing advocate out in the community. You may see him on television, you may see him in the newspaper, just out there being an advocate, praying, and just being a voice in the community. He is a part of the Greater Denver Ministerial Alliance. They do not have a website, but you can find them on Facebook, which I did put their link on in the chat bar.
Mhm.
And Dr. Dumar is the president of this organization, and that's Dr. Dumar. And I'm making it bigger here so that you can see it. That is him. And here is, well, it says it has a website, but I didn't find it. So you can find out a lot about them. You can contact them at this telephone number here. As I was wearing my other hat, running for my reelection in city council, I was endorsed by the Ministerial Alliance. We all meet for Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Birthday holiday, and I would welcome you to join us. Again, it's for the community, everyone at large. When the young man Elijah McClain was murdered by the police officer, their voice was heard in the community and the state of Colorado. And so again, the Black Ministerial Alliance is open to meeting and speaking with various people. Reverend Terrence, Big T, as some people may call him, he was recently in the news. He got really, really ill from COVID and ended up in the hospital and having to go through therapy and things of that nature. And by the grace of God, he's home and he's doing well and back out in the community. And that's him again, just in protest of what has been going on in the news media regarding injustice in the community. And I'm scrolling because I just want you to see the different things that they're involved in. And that's posted on their site. This young lady here is the president of our region. That's oh my goodness, if she would get me if she ever knew. I forgot her name. Rosemary Lytle. She is the president over our region that includes Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. And so that is a national committee that I set up on and served her and our state and our region with pride and integrity. And so I'm really excited about having the opportunity to do that. I had to step down because of the other hats that I wear with city council and working full time, as well as being a wife and mother and grandmother, and all of the other fun things that I'm excited about. So again, I did put their information into the chat, and I would welcome you reaching out to them or Miss Rosemary to get involved and be invited to maybe even present to our organization. We do many things with mental health, many things with ADA compliance, and our voice is just really powerful when you think about the people that serves in these different roles and the many hats that they wear. Did anyone have any questions thus far regarding anything I've said?
You're very clear, Marlo.
Oh, okay.
You're very clear. It's like, yeah, that makes complete sense. So you may be tired, but one would not know.
Well, thank you. And so my newfound heart, which is how I came to know Mr. Steve and Reverend Amy here, is with Bridge House. And I take a lot of pride in what I do with them, because a lot of people have a very horrible view of what homelessness looks like. And that's really unfortunate that you have people that believe that homelessness, that people think that homelessness is everyone's fault, that they're all drug dealers, that they're faking mental health issues, that they're the ones who perpetrate violence in the community, and that's not true at all. They are the ones who have violence thrust upon them the majority of the time out in the community, whether it's physical, sexual, or mental or emotional abuse. That's something that happens to our homeless neighbors. And in saying that, I just wanted to share a little bit about what we do with Ready to Work in our history. Can you see the PowerPoint presentation now? Okay, and I'm going to make it bigger here so that everyone can see it. All right. And no cheating looking at my slides to the left. Like, how many slides does she have? I'm going to go through them really fast, but it's all really great information. Just to tell you a little bit about our mission, Ready to Work is up under the umbrella of Bridge House. We believe in and respects and empowers people who are experiencing homelessness. We connect them to housing and empowerment opportunities so that they can realize and embrace their future. Ready to Work, we have a 3-stool model, which I will go into here within slide presentation. But a brief history, which I did put the website link into the chat bar, is we were started in 1996 when the local business and faith communities, I love that, identified a need for services for individuals experiencing homelessness. Since then, Bridge House has transformed, strategically involving and developing innovative, lasting solutions to address homelessness for our clients and community. We have 2 ready-to-work houses. One in Boulder, which is the original one, where we house 44 people. And then our new house, which is located in Aurora, where we have 50 residents. They start, if accepted into the program, because although there is a need greatly for our homeless neighbors, every organization can't do everything. And so we are limited to 50. They start out as interns, and then they go into being trainees in the program. So it's a very exciting thing. And as someone that's new to the team, I fully embrace the mission that we have and the accomplishments that they've been able to prove throughout the community. So again, we have 3 different types of organizations within Bridge House: the Ready to Work, the Community Table Kitchen, and Basic Needs. Ready to Work, we are a work-first model when it comes to homelessness. And that means that we believe that you give people jobs, you help them to secure their income, then you give them housing, and then the supportive services that they need in order to be successful when they graduate in 11 months to a year. So that they're able to stay in the house that when they graduate, they are moving into or already in, they're able to sustain that. The Community Table Kitchen is located in Boulder, where we have a restaurant style kitchen where one of our enterprises, the Danconia's brownies, is made out of, which we are really proud of. Our residents, as I like to call them, they bake these cookies, they package these cookies, and we get them mailed out. We have a beautiful website talking about the success of this enterprise. The other enterprise we have, which is located in Boulder as well as in Aurora, is our enterprise where we do physical labor out in doing landscaping and cutting down trees and mulching and going out and cleaning up Colfax Avenue and reservoirs and things like that, helping to clean up homeless camps when people have left there due to city ordinances. They get moved quite often. So we stay quite busy with both enterprises. Basic Needs, of course, is exactly that, giving them the needs and support that they need, shelter, food, therapy, and detox resources and things of that nature. Some people come in, they don't have social security cards, they don't have any sort of ID, which you need, and we help to get that secured. One of the things that I'm really proud of since I've been here is being able to partner with the Community College of Aurora and trying to get them into the program to get their GED, because a lot of our residents have not graduated from high school and have been generational when it comes to homelessness. And that includes couch surfing. So if you have that cousin that sleeps on your couch and then goes to your grandparents' house and sleep on it, they're homeless. They do not have a place to call their own. They're going from place to place. And so I often have to educate people regarding what homelessness actually looks like. And unfortunately, in our educational system, whether it's Littleton, Aurora, or Cherry Creek school districts, we have a lot of youth who are homeless, where they're going from friend to friend or family member to family member, but they're definitely dedicated to getting their degree. And so I appreciate that. Again, ready to work. We have a 3-stool model that has been proven to be successful. We have over a 70% success rate when it comes to graduates. We believe in, again, work first, supportive services, and housing. A lot of places such as Salvation Army, they believe in housing and getting them the services that they need. Both programs are successful. This being the very first works program in the state of Colorado, we have been innovative in proving that what we say and what we do is worth the sacrifices that people put into our program, whether it's volunteering or you're accepted as one of our house residents. Again, our business model has proven to be sustainable. It breaks expensive cycles of homelessness, addiction, and incarceration. One of the things that I'm really proud of with this program is we don't believe in one and done. People make mistakes, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with anyone who has had an addiction, but my aunt told me many, many years ago when I was a teenager, addiction is hard. It's one of the hardest things to break. And as I've gotten older, I just celebrated my 49th birthday in October, nowhere near the young lady that just turned 90, but I've learned that addiction is hard. It's really, really hard. I try to not eat German chocolate cake or lemon cake at 10 o'clock in the morning. And that's hard. I don't know what it's like to be addicted to drugs or alcohol or any other things out there, but we believe that if our residents make a mistake, we partner with people like Mental Health Aurora. We partner with our faith communities and other houses to make sure that anyone experiencing homelessness, they get the help that they need. And when they finish that program, whether it's detox or whatever the case may be, their bed is waiting for them to come back to ready to work. So that is something that I'm really happy about, that you don't give up on people. And somewhere in the Bible, I heard that God said, somebody said, how many times should I forgive? And he said 7 times, 7 times 7. And I'm like, Lord, I'm only human. I don't know about all those chances. So bear with me, everyone on this call. Again, we have 2 social enterprises, and they are paid when they start working as trainees. However, an intern is exactly that. They're paid, they're unpaid interns. When they are accepted into the house, they have to prove that this is where they want to be, that they're going to get up and they're going to go to work just like everyone else. And they do that by making sure our house is superior. When I was asked to interview for this position, in my mind, I was thinking, oh gosh, what in the world am I going to get myself into? What type of environment is this going to be? And Steve has toured and volunteered and been there forever. And from the moment you enter the parking lot to entering the front door, getting on the elevator and walking around, that facility is clean. The doors are clean, the parking lot is clean, the kitchen is clean, bathrooms, whatever it is, those interns make sure that that house is taken care of. They want to be somewhere that's clean, safe, and that they're proud to call home. This is their home. And we respect them as being their house. And so instead of me referring to them as interns and trainees, I often tell people we have house residents. They are in certain buckets for a period, but this is their house. Again, we have the 2 enterprises, landscaping or food services. They are able to work up to 29 hours per week. The reason that is because most of them have Medicaid, Medicare, and we never want to do anything to cause anyone to lose their benefits, because they do need that for the services that they need, such as mental health and health in dental. And so that is also something that we do, bringing in dental providers, bringing in doctors to check for COVID and get COVID vaccines and things of that nature. Another one of my hats that I wear is I am a member of the Colorado Vaccine Equity Task Force. We just had Dr. Ozzie come and present to both houses regarding COVID and dispel some of the myths out there regarding, oh, they're putting a bug in us, oh, they're going to make us sick, oh, all those untruths regarding COVID and the vaccine. And that was very successful. The people in our program found it to be very useful. Again, the housing, we have 44 in Boulder, 50 in Aurora. They are provided 3 meals per day, plus they have snacks out there that people donate, and we set them out and they're able to eat as they feel necessary. And we have laundry on each floor. The men are on the bottom floor, the women are on the second floor, and then we have our kitchen, workout area, rec area, things like that on the third floor, where people just sort of hang out after a long day of Zoom meetings. For us, that's where we would go and relax. They have access to computers. They also have access to resources to help them get their resumes together, and as you can see here, just a variety of other resources that they have in the house. Supportive services, again, group meetings, one-on-one, career counseling, financial management. Key Bank is key, for lack of a better word, is the person that she comes in and she talks to them about financial management. She helps them to open up their checking account, savings account, and talk to them about their credit report and things of that nature. Where I believe that WISE would be great in the supportive services is we need mentors. We need mentors of all sorts to help walk them through this journey. I know that you deal with mental health, and we do have a lot of people who suffer from mental health issues, which is why I reach out to certain organizations to help with coming in and just providing resources that they are aware of. One of the resources that I have been able to secure to come in and speak with them is Blue Bench in Colorado. And they talk about sexual violence, trauma, and things of that nature. And again, one of the things that happened with some people in homelessness is they're sexually assaulted. They need to know how to report. They need to understand it's not their fault. They need to know that you're not going to go to jail because you're homeless. So Blue Bench is able to come in and sort of just put out there what they provide. And then if the residents want to use that resource, they know that it's available. So part of my job is just making sure that as the outreach coordinator with Ready to Work, that I'm reaching out to people who can provide services to our residents that would be useful for them. The impact regarding what we do here with Ready to Work is unimaginable. Just on October 20th, we had our recent graduation for class of 2021. It was amazing. We did it via Zoom, but we were semi in person in the house. Some of the people had some of their family members come in, and they were excited. One of the benefits of having me here with Ready to Work is I have really good friends in the political world at all levels, and Congressman Jason Crow made a virtual appearance, and that was amazing, because they were like, you mean the federal, not just little bitty Marlow at the city level, but Congressman Crow did a video just encouraging them. And I told him, I said, okay, this is not about you and what you're doing. This is about the people and encouraging them. And so he did an awesome job at just encouraging them and also telling them what he's doing in Congress regarding homelessness and how he is on their side. And it's not something new that he's doing. This is work that he did as an attorney even before getting elected to Congress for CD6. So again, our long-term return on investment, 72% graduation to mainstream employment and housing, which is great. We save annually $45,000 per trainee. And at graduation, we've spent about $28,000 annually on the house residents. And this slide here is just quickly some stats on our graduation rate. I did not update it to put 2021 here, but combined, it just talks about our capacity graduation numbers. Boulder has been around longer than us, and so they have really stepped out and been the model for what our houses should be doing. And so our graduates are just doing amazing work. And as I'm in this space, it is part of my job to make sure that I'm getting us up to where Boulder is, which is where you will come in if you so desire to volunteer and help us to make our house be as successful as the Boulder house. Nights of housing, as you can see here, total combined 28,000, and labor hours combined 65,000. So again, we are doing amazing work. And if you decided to tell your fellow church members, your family, friends about us, that would be appreciated, because we need volunteers and we need donations in order to be successful. In the grant money that we receive, there's a weird here, my apologies. The grant monies that we receive, we try to do our very best, which we have been successful, to put it into the program towards our residents, and depend on donations of, food, snack, people coming in and offering their services to us. So this is one of our graduates here. And these are some statements just talking about how they feel about our program and being a part of Ready to Work and transforming lives one person at a time. And so it's a good feeling when you have people around you. We have a resident, Steve. Not you, Steve, you've never been a resident, but we have a young man, Steve, and he plays the piano and he sings and he talks about when he was growing up in church. And I love when people are able to, regardless to their religion, they're able to say thank you and be grateful for the program. And even if they don't have a belief, they're grateful for the opportunity to now sleep in a safe place in their own home after graduating. So Works America. This is something that's part of the Bridge House and our affiliations. We're taking it and we're growing. We're now looking at the Tri-Cities area. Our CEO, Melissa Green, just came back from a trip talking about Works and taking it to a national level. Because again, we are the first model in the state of Colorado that has work first housing and supportive services. And we have been able to prove that it has been successful. And here again, we're looking to reach more than 100 communities by 2026. So this is the end of my presentation. This is just showing that we have our location here in Aurora, and that's located off of Parker and Peoria Road, right by 225 by 9 Mile, if you're familiar with that area. And then the other location is located in Boulder off of Table Mesa. And it is a beautiful drive up there. I don't drive up there often. I am strictly out of Aurora and the surrounding area, but it's a beautiful drive. Every time I go, I'll be heading that way next Monday for a meeting. And it doesn't seem like I'm driving to Boulder. It just seems like a road trip that they're paying me for. So in saying that, that is all I had as far as presentation and an overview of who I am and what I do. And I am ready for discussion.
Wonderful. So I guess first we'll just open it up for questions if people in the group have questions. And then I did want us at some point, Marlo, to talk a little bit about maybe helping with Thanksgiving or the ways that we can support Ready to Work. And I see Rita already has her hand up because she's in it. Go,
Okay.
Rita.
Well, two things I want to address. One, I think this sounds like you are really doing wonderful work, and blessings to you for that. I am on two other committees at church. One is outreach, which December is going to have Ready to Work as their recipient or share the plate.
Yes.
And I would like whoever is coming, I don't know if it's you or multiple people, but I would like you to share stories of individual people without naming them. Our church gives more when stories are told rather than facts.
Yes.
And then the other thing I am working on is a volunteer training committee, and trying to get our members to volunteer in the community. So when you're talking about mentoring people, what specifically are you asking for? Because since you were one of the finalists for our Mustard Seed Fund, I think that we will be working with you trying to build a volunteer relationship with you. So could you specify when you say a mentor and you were talking about financial guidance and things, what are your specific things that different people in the church could use their gifts and their talents to help with?
Yes. Miss Rita.
Sorry for that long explanation of what I want.
No, you're fine. And yes, thank you for selecting us as the recipient for December. I'm actually already working on that to get a couple PowerPoint slides and the appropriate people to come out. We have a plan and want to put our best foot forward when coming in and showing you how thankful we are. So when I'm saying mentor and just be there, I guess that looks different for every person because each person needs something different. So whether it's just being there to listen or to take them on a fishing trip when you get to that point in mentoring, or when they're in class for GD, maybe someone could call and say, how are you doing on your homework? Can I be assistance? You know, I'm here for you, to walk them through the process, because this is going to be new for a lot of people. They don't have a lot of support, which is unfortunate. And so it would look different for every different person. And if you had a group of people to say that I'm good at music therapy, Steve, he's one of those people that would be like, let me play the piano. I could teach you better than you could teach me. You know, he's really there. They laugh and they smile. They do poetry contest. There was a young lady that interviewed from your church, interviewed us, and I believe she was a teacher, science teacher. And so just talking about the science or global warming, we partner with Excel Day of Energy, Day of Service, and they come out and they help paint the house and do different things like that. So it would vary. I don't want to close the box and say we just need this when I don't know everything that everyone could bring to us.
Well, I will tell you, I was a professional volunteer manager for 16 years, and if you don't give details,
Yes.
people don't come forward and they wander. They won't stick around. If they have a checklist of things that are expected of them, then they will stick with that, and they will be a longer term volunteer than if it's just, well, drop in someday and just sit and talk to people. That is not a sustainable volunteer experience.
Yes, no, we have checklists. We have, because we have our program managers, we have our case managers, we have different things that people can help with, whether it's sitting at the front desk, whether it's in the kitchen. And so again, we have a list of things that people can do, volunteer to do. It's, if you're talking about specialty that you want to come in and just say, on Tuesday night, I want to come in and do art therapy.
Okay,
That's
I
what I'm saying
understand that.
when it comes to,
So are your interns, though, I took a lot of notes on this so I could kind of work it into my committee work. When you're talking about an intern and then becoming a trainee, are they working within your building, maybe cooking or cleaning before they are sent out to do to seek employment? And by seeking employment, do you have companies that have agreed to take on people and work for them? Do they have to interview for that, or is there anything to do with giving people guidance on doing an interview or anything like that?
yes, we, Tim is our employment specialist. And part of my job, that what I do is I go out and I'm in these rooms where I'm talking to employers. But that comes later down the road for our trainees. So
Okay.
they start as an intern, cleaning the house and the grounds and things like that. And after about 30, 60 days, and in that time, we're seeing if they're a fit, we're a fit, because everyone's not a fit.
I
They go
understand.
into the trainee status, and then they work with our two social enterprises, and that's either in the food industry, or in our landscaping. And so they work for us, getting paid with people that we've contracted with, such as City of Aurora, such
Okay.
as the Colfax, the people that we have our contract with Colfax, and different landscaping companies where we send out a team of people that are trainees, and they're able to do that. After they've been trainees with us for a little while, and they're at the stage where they can go out and start looking for jobs, say King Soopers or Shop Auto as a mechanic or a salesman, they're able to do that. We do have people that come in and talk about success with resume writing and interviewing skills and things of that nature, which Tim does that. But that's when our volunteers and their specialties come in, where they could have that one-on-one with that particular person, in addition to our employment specialist.
Okay, I would really like to talk to you off screen sometime to brainstorm some ideas of things that we could offer people to church, because that's one of the results of our mustard seed fund, is to get more involved in the community and offer those opportunities to our church members, so that our outreach mission is proactive rather than just giving money.
Exactly. And money helps, but what I've found in my life is just having someone there to be supportive and to encourage you goes a long ways. It goes
Absolutely.
a long ways. And so I would love, I'm putting my contact information in here.
Okay.
so that anyone who wants to reach out to me directly, you're able to. And my apologies, sometimes I go on and then it takes me a minute because I hate when people just put something in the chat box and I can't make heads or tails of what's the phone number or the email address. So I need to spread it out a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I'd really like, after we get this going, hopefully after the beginning of the year, to sit down with you and work on some opportunities.
I would definitely welcome that. I like Starbucks with lemon cake.
Oh, you said you got addicted to that. You have to watch that.
Yes, ma'am.
That's funny. I would
So
like that too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I see Noni may be having issues. Noni, you want to try? And then if it's not working, I'll read out your question.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yay! Yes.
Wow, okay. Now I can't remember the question I took.
Jay, it was mentors, tutor, GED.
Right. So you kept a big thing is your work for your clients to be GED graduated. Do you have mentors who help teach them, train them?
yes.
To achieve that? Because there's a lot of teachers around, so.
Mhm.
I was
Yes.
even thinking that might be a good thing for high school students to get involved in, or Amanda's young adults.
Yeah.
Yes, so one of the organizations that I've been talking with, Arapahoe Douglas Works, is part of that connection, but the Community College of Aurora, they are looking into finding a way to help fund for them to take the test. But as far as having mentors, when you mentioned your youth, thank you for that, because I'm trying to also build up our Kids Give, whether it's time or Grandview High School, they did a collection and made a financial contribution to the house last year. Or was it early this year? I'm losing years. But so kids
That's because
do.
of COVID.
Uh-huh.
That's why
Yes.
we use you.
Yes, I'm like, what year was it? But I'm trying to get kids involved, and one of the volunteers that we have, she has a son, and he will be trying to come in and help volunteer. So if you have youth that want to get involved and bring their homework and have, this is what we're doing in 2021. This is how we do arithmetic, is now called calculus type of thing. So we would definitely welcome anyone that would like to bring your services to us to help mentor and help them with passing their GED test so that they're able to get their certification.
I think that would be really good for youth, because I think they would feel a sense of accomplishment.
Yes.
And really it would be person to person rather than teaching down.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I think there would be a better feeling of accomplishment if it was younger people doing that.
Yes.
What do you think, Noni?
Well, I think you're right. And also, a lot of these young people getting ready to go to college have to earn service hours, volunteer
Right.
hours. So that would be a great tie-in.
Yeah, I think it would be really good place to plug in some people.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. Miss Noni, if you, I put my information in there. I'd love to set up a meeting with you and just talk to you about the GED program and the youth, because again, I'm trying to, in one of my hats in this new role, is get us to the place where Boulder is. And we call it Kids Give, and I would welcome that, absolutely.
I think I'd like to connect you to our we have ministerial residents. Sophia Hayden is doing youth and Amanda is doing young adults, and Amanda was on. She had to leave because she
Yes,
has kids and we know how that rolls.
Yeah.
but I'm going to see if I can connect you to them as well. And then I'll
Yes.
connect with you, Rita, because I don't want to duplicate anything.
Oh, that's
I think
okay.
they would be
No,
so excited.
I just think, you know, we're trying to figure out ways for the
Mhm.
church to be more proactive.
Yeah.
And we're going to be working on that after Christmas and doing some trainings and things. And I just think this sounds like a good place for us to have outreach and go down that path. And money's always nice, I know, but I feel like, you know, we need to walk the walk.
Mhm. Yes, I agree with you. And like I said, money is necessary and we definitely
Sure.
appreciate that. However, my opponent, he had money. I had people.
Mhm,
I won my reelection.
mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
And so
there's a
money,
difference.
yes,
People can
money,
tell if you're sincere.
yes, money helps, but just having that support of people behind me and beside me and just surrounding me, um, it proves time and time again which is better. And so, I mean, both are good, but I'm gonna take my people every day.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, Nona, you and I'll get together and Amy and we'll round up Sophia and Amanda and see what we can get some things going for you.
Thank you very much.
So Marlo, before you go, could you tell us about the opportunity happening at Thanksgiving? And I know it's kind of short, maybe we don't have tons of things, but there may be some person, and I did bring this up at the staff meeting. So Amanda and Sophia know about it. So I wanted to get more facts from you about that.
Yes.
And then I can kind of help coordinate and get back to you about Thanksgiving. I already volunteer. I'm going to help.
Thank you.
But can you tell us a little more about what you're looking for and like the time on Thanksgiving Day and all those details?
Yes, absolutely. So again, people matter, and as I'm expanding this, I want our house residents to feel just as blessed as our Boulder residents. And as I'm reaching out to different volunteers and community leaders, I'm asking, can you volunteer your time, your resources, whether you buy a cake or a box of cookies and donate those for them to have for Thanksgiving, Christmas. We are looking for them to have a nice meal. And so I'm reaching out to people to see if you can donate, whether it's a green bean casserole or a German chocolate cake for me, or or some sodas, water, whatever you can do to help, that would be great. We need people to help set up. We're starting at 10, from 10 to 2. And we're gonna cook a meal. I've reached out to Dr. Mays, Pastor Mays, with the NAACP, and he is looking to donate 6 baskets. I'm waiting on a response of what that basket includes. Turkey, ham, dressing, what. And so hopefully tomorrow I'll have an answer from him. But I do know that no one is donating prepared food. And so the residents and staff will be there cooking starting early that morning and getting the tables set up starting at 10 and having it be ready to be served at by the end of that time at 2. And per Greg, our kitchen manager, he said that after they eat, we all eat together. They'll have food all day for the whole weekend because we're expecting an abundance. I'm claiming it already, that our residents will know that our community cares. So whatever you're able to donate, whether it's, like I said, desserts, or a main dish, macaroni and cheese, or cranberries, cranberry sauce, paper goods, because we are still in COVID, that would be really helpful. that would be very, very helpful. And so again, that's Thanksgiving Day from the hours of 10 a.m. to 2:00 p.m.
And how many people are we talking?
60 people.
60
That's
people will
50.
be eating that meal?
Yes, ma'am. So that's our house residents and the staff that will be there sharing Thanksgiving with them.
And do you need volunteers or do you need
We
food
need
or both?
volunteers.
I know you need both, but
We need volunteers. And again, if it came down to people and other things, we are definitely in need of people showing up.
okay.
Have you considered doing like a sign up genius and getting that out to your partners like First Plymouth? Where our folks would know that this is what you still need. I have done a Thanksgiving dinner now for 11 years for Denver Inner City Parish. That's what we do. Because of COVID, we have not had a chance to actually cook the meal for 2 years. This year we did gift cards. But I know that there's people in our church who would love to make a green bean casserole or whatever
Yes.
if they knew the need and had a way to sign up for it. And I don't know if Rita can help with that. I mean, it is really short notice, sadly. So I
Yes.
don't know how we could get a lot of turnaround. But we've always done a sign up genius for our Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
And it works well because you say what you need and then you get people to sign up and then you got it. So if not this year, that would be a great.
That would be
tip going
something I could do for Christmas for sure. I didn't use a sign up genius, but I have my list here of things that they asked for traditional Thanksgiving: ham, turkey, rolls, 5 bags of potatoes, 5 bags of yams, sweet potatoes, stuffing, gravy, bacon, macaroni and cheese, supplies, carrots, green beans, fresh or canned, corn, frozen or canned, fresh cranberries, marshmallows, brown sugar, pumpkin and apple pie, butter, eggs, whipped cream, fresh fried onions. So they've given me a list of X items that they could use to help them with their meals. And
I-
can
I'm
definitely.
going to suggest, because Noni is trying to get $6,000 worth of gift
We
cards.
got it. We got
Oh.
it.
Got it?
Got it. We are
Oh.
over. We are done.
Yay.
And we're accepting
Hey.
gift cards.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
We were fretting it. We're over. We got the total today. We're
Wow.
good. So now we can dedicate ourselves to these guys.
Oh, I'm so happy. So congratulations.
Thank
So we send out a newsletter every Wednesday night and Saturday night. It's probably not enough time to get something in for Amy for tomorrow, because she usually tries to finish that by 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
Right.
something like that. But if you could send us that list, I don't know, can you copy that list off of?
I'm
You
trying to
can
do
copy-
that so I can put it in the notes.
I put it in the notes.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh,
And-
I got it. I can put it in the notes. I was able to copy it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to do
Remind
this. You'll
me.
have to teach me.
Remind me when they are the share of the plate. Are they the share of plate in December?
Empowerment is this month and they are in December.
Well, so we really should push this for their Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
But it does not hurt. I mean,
Well, it
I'm
wouldn't-
sitting here
I'm
going,
thinking push for food for December and volunteers for November.
oh, that would work.
Since you've got your, oh, I'm so happy for you.
Oh, yes, me too.
It just seems like that would work because they're our share of the plate for December. So I think that would just really tie everything in. I don't know what the rest of you think, but it just seems like we'd make it a ready to work month.
Yeah, so I'd say let's put it all out there and very short notice for Thanksgiving, bet we could pull off a lot for Christmas. Because really the only thing we do at Christmas is the giving tree. And that's like online. Is that you guys or is that somebody else?
Well, I'm Angel Tree, and we're trying to do that, finish that by November 30th because
Well, then what
pickup
do
day
we-
is December 15th, so they need, they need a little bit of space in between those, finish time and distribution time. Amy, do you think, are you going in the office tomorrow?
I'm going in the office on Thursday,
Okay,
but I can send, I like the idea of asking for volunteers and specifically asking, I can put a thing for volunteers.
uh-huh,
And then also say if people want to donate or give
or make a
food, you
dish
can
or
also do
something.
this. And then why don't, let's see, they don't need it till 4 o'clock Thursday to go out on Saturday. So why don't you and we can email back and forth if we need to. I'll do something. And then if you look at it, Rita, and you're like, oh, no, but we need to put this, or this will work better. I know, because I have so much experience at this
Yeah.
church. Then we'll
Amy
do that.
probably needs a heads up on saving space.
I can send her an email.
Because I think she has a format that she tries to not put any more than that in. And I
she
know I
always
only
tries
got
to-
my angel tree in because somebody else dropped a piece out and she could squeeze mine into that space.
Well, that we have the FP. Okay, I kind of want to make sure that we ask Marlo these
Vicky's
questions and then we
looking
do
like
the
she's
technical
tearing her
stuff
hair
after
out.
we've let her go. So Marlo, thank you so much for your time. Are there any other questions?
Well, I
I
have,
think Vicky's pulling her hair out.
hey, Marlo, I have a question about the Thanksgiving Day thing, and it's just more on my own plans for that day. My wife and I are already committed to delivering Thanksgiving meals for the Salvation Army for right in that same time frame from 11 to 1 out here in West Centennial area. And so I was wondering, can we come by, even though it's right about the time you're serving though, and maybe bring some pies or something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I can't really be there for the setup, but I could sure be there for the eating. Anyway, maybe bring some pies and something like that. So
You go, Steve.
I'll volunteer for that part.
Well, thank you. I'm always down for the eating part.
So Marlo, one final question, unless you have other questions for us, which is, if we get some volunteers together, who should we contact? Do we send that information to you? Is there someone in the organ? Okay, so it just goes to you. I could say, we have this group of people, they can come between this time and this time. And good.
Yes. Just send them to me and I will let Greg, the kitchen manager, know how many people and who we will be expecting on Thanksgiving Day.
Fantastic. Great. This is just an intro, maybe a chance to get the relationship started. So thank you, Marlo, for your time and your overview. I already see the excitement and the ideas going, which is what we wanted. So thank you, Marlo.
No, thank
So
you
much.
for allowing me to enter your space and be here. I apologize for taking up so much time. I thought it was going to be a quick meeting, but apparently not. My apologies, Miss Vicky. Because I'm pulling my hair too. I'm pulling my hair too.
Well, thank you, Marlo.
Sometimes we just get inspired and it just spirals.
Trust me, I understand. I really do.